Alright guys, to start this collar off, you're going to want to do the double cow's hitch in the chocolate brown. If you're not familiar with the double cow's hitch, I'll leave a link below that you guys can follow along with. So, the first color that I'm going to be adding is the burnt orange. And what you want to do is, I am using a paracord needle. What you want to do is, you want to feed the cord through both cow's hitches. So you just want to go in between those cow's hitches. Just like that. You want to pull it through to the other side, and you want to pull the cord to the middle. The next cord that I'm going to be feeding through is the black. And you want to do the same thing that you just did with the orange. You just want to go in between those two double cow's hitches with it and feed it through, and take that cord also to the middle. The next cord that I'm going to be adding is, I can't remember the name of it, but I will leave it linked below. I'm going to call it the brown and orange cord. And I'm just going to take this cord and go, I want to go through these two middle stitches right here. So you want to go in between them, just like that, and you want to pull that also to the middle. So you're only going to be going underneath those two middle stitches. And like I said, you want to pull that to the middle. The next cord that I'm going to be putting through is the black and the 275, and I'm going to go in between those two middle stitches once again and pulling that to the middle. And then the last cord to add is the micro cord, and my cord is very small compared to my needle, but I'm going to try and feed it through with the needle. I want to go through those two same middle stitches. So just these two middle stitches you want to go through with the micro cord. And I'm just going to kind of feed the cord in the needle and pull the needle at the same time. And hopefully that will work. And it did. And you're going to pull this cord now to the middle also. Okay, once you have all your cords to the middle, you can roll them up. The only ones that you don't want to roll up are the micro cords, because that's where you're going to be putting on your bead. So rolling them up makes it a lot easier to handle. I do it with just about everything that I do with paracord. So we can just get started on this Halloween collar. The cord that you're going to want to start with are the chocolate brown cords, and you're going to want to start with the one on the right. You're going to take your right cord and you're going to want to go under the first cord that's on the right and then over the second cord that's on the left. So basically what you're doing is you're just kind of going underneath and then up through the middle and then over. So take your chocolate brown on the right side, go underneath that first cord, up through the middle, and then over the second cord. And you have a loop here. Next you're going to take your cord that is on your left side, you're going to go under the cord that you just worked with, and you're going to do the same. You're going to go over the first cord, which is going to be your left cord, up through the middle, and you're going to do pretty much the same thing. You're going to go under the first cord, which is going to be your left cord, and then over the right cord. So you're going to go under the first cord, up through the middle, and then over the second cord. And you'll have a loop now on both sides. Next you're going to take your burnt orange, and what you're going to do with this guy is you're going to go underneath your work, and then you're going to come up through the middle, And you have this loop on your right side now, and you're going to go down that loop. Now you're going to take the cord on the left. You're going to go underneath your work, up through the middle, and then down that loop that you made on your left side. The next cord that you're going to work with is the 550 black cord, and you have these two horizontal chocolate brown cords. Now you can pull up on those a little bit. What you're going to do is take your 550 black cord that is on your right side, and you're going to go over and around these two horizontal cords. So you're just going to go over and then around them and come out the right side. So you're just going around those two horizontal chocolate brown cords. Now you're going to do the same on the left. You're just going to come out the left side. So take your left cord, you're going to go over and around those two horizontal cords and then to the left. And those are the only cords that you went around. Next, you're going to take your orange and brown cord. Now you have your 550 black cord right here on the right side. You're going to go underneath that cord. Then you're going to go over and you're going to go around those two horizontal cords and up through the middle. You're going to take the one on the left now, and you have your black 550 cord right here, this loop. You're going to go down underneath that cord, that black cord, and you're going to go over now and around those two horizontal chocolate brown cords and then come up the middle. Next, you're going to take your 275 cord. You're going to just go over around those two horizontal cords and to the right. Take the one on the left, go around those two horizontal cords and come out the left side. And now you're going to take your micro cord and you're just going to take the one on the right and go around those two horizontal chocolate brown cords and take it to the right. You're going to now take the one on the left, go around those two chocolate brown horizontal cords and take it to the left. And you're just going over and around, just like you did with the 275 cord. And now you can pull everything tight. Once you have everything tightened up, we can start again. I'm going to move in a little bit closer for you guys. So I'm going to start on my right side with the chocolate brown, and I'm going to go under, up through the middle, and then over. I'm going to take the chocolate brown on my left side and go underneath the cord that I just worked with. And I'm going to go under, up through the middle, and then over. You have your two loops now. Next, you're going to take your burnt orange, you're going to go underneath your work, up through the middle, and then down that loop that you just created on the right side. Take the one on the left, go underneath all your work, up through the middle, and then you have that other loop on your left side, and you're going to just go down that left side. Next, you're going to take your 550 black, you're going to lift up those two horizontal brown or chocolate brown pieces. You're going to go over with the 550 black, and you're just going to go around those two horizontal pieces. Take your 550 on the left, and you're just going to go over and then around and out to the left. Next, I'm going to take my orange and brown, and I have this loop right here with the 550 black. I'm going to go underneath that, and then I'm going to bring it over and go around those two horizontal brown pieces and come up the middle. I'm going to take the one on the left now, and I have the loop right here. I'm going to go underneath, and then I'm going to come up and around those two horizontal pieces and up through the middle. Next, you're going to take your 275 black on the right side, and you're just going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and out to the right. Take the one on the left, and you're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and to the left. Next, we have our microcord. This time I'm going to put a bead on. So if you're using this type of bead where you have the hole at the top of the head and the bottom of the head, just be aware of which way you're putting it on the way you want. I want my bead to face outward, so I have to go in through the bottom and then it's facing this way. Make sure that your cords aren't crossed. You're going to take your right cord and you're going to go over those two horizontal pieces, around them, and to the right. You're going to take the one on the left now and go over those two horizontal pieces, and you're going to go to the left. And then you can just tighten it up. After you got it all nice and tight, you can start all over again. So I'm going to take my brown that is on my, or my chocolate brown that is on my right side, and I am going to go underneath the first cord, up through the middle, and over the second cord. I'm going to take the one on the left now, and go underneath the cord that I worked, underneath the first, over the second. Got your two loops. And take your orange now, or your burnt orange, and you can go underneath your work, up through the middle, and then down through that loop that you just made. Now you can take the one on the left and go underneath, up through the middle, and down to the left. Alright, now you can take your 550 black. You can pull up on those 2 horizontal chocolate brown pieces, and you can take your 550 black and go over and around and out to the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and to the left. And remember, you're only going around those 2 horizontal pieces. That's it. Now you want to take your orange and brown, and you have your 550 cord on the side right here, that loop. You're going to go underneath that loop, over and around those 2 horizontal pieces, and out to the middle. Take the one on the left, find that loop, sometimes double check, make sure that your cords are laying right, because sometimes they can get on top of each other. So I have my orange and brown on my left. Here's my loop right here, so I'm going to go underneath that loop, then over and around those 2 horizontal chocolate brown pieces. Then I'm going to look for the 275 cord. I'm going to go around those and out to the right, and then I'll take the one on the left, go around and out to the left. And now your micro cord, you're not going to put a bead on. You're going to put a bead on every other weave. And the reason why I'm doing it that way is because I did start it earlier and I had a bead on every single weave, and it just seemed like it was too much, so I'm gonna do every other one. So I'm going to take my micro cord now on the right side, and I'm just gonna go over and around those 2 chocolate brown pieces. Take the one on the left, go around, over and around those 2 chocolate brown pieces, and we can tighten it up. Now that it's tight, I can start all over again. I'm going to take the chocolate brown on the right, go under the first cord, up through the middle, and over the second cord. Take the one on the left, go underneath that working cord that you just worked, and go underneath the first cord and over the second cord, and you have your 2 loops, one on each side. Take your burnt orange and you're going to go underneath, up through the middle, and then down that loop on your right. Take the one on the left, go underneath, up through the middle, and down that loop. Take your 550 black, pull up on those 2 brown horizontal pieces. You're going to go around those 2 pieces and to the right. Going to take the one on the left, go around those 2 pieces and to the left. Remember, those are the only cords that you're going around. Now you're going to take your orange and brown. You have your loop on the right side with the 550 black. You're going to go underneath that loop, and then you're going to come around or over and around those 2 horizontal pieces and up through the middle. Take the one on the left, find your 550 black left loop. It's right here. I'm going to go underneath, and then I'm going to go over and around those 2 horizontal pieces and up through the middle. Take your 550 black, oh sorry, take your 275 black now on the right, and you're just going to go around those two horizontal pieces and out towards the right. Take the one on the left, go around them, out towards the left. Now you can put on another bead. I'm going to be going from the bottom of the bead to the top. Make sure that your cords are not crossed over. Take your microcord that is on your right side, go over and around those two horizontal pieces, take the one on the left and do the same, just go to the left. So over and around and to the left, and now you can tighten everything up. I know it's upside down, the faces, but this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to do a few more and then show you what it looks like with maybe 2 more skulls on it so you guys can get an idea, and then take it from there. Alright guys, this is what it looks like so far, and I'm going to continue this weave until I'm at the end of the collar, and I will show you guys how to do the tie off and show you guys what it looks like with the thane adapter on. Just to let you guys, just a reminder that if you're making this particular collar, you want to go to the halfway point of your collar, and you are going to, once you get to that halfway point, you're going to want to start putting on the beads the opposite way. So just be aware of that, and I will be back to show you guys the rest. Okay, I am at the end of my collar, and I am going to weave in these top cords from the front of the collar to the back of the collar. The cords that you're going to not weave are the 2 that are on the side, the chocolate brown and the burnt orange. These are the ones that you will cut right there and melt them. These top ones you're going to weave from the front of the collar to the back of the collar. So starting with my 550 black on my right side, I am going to weave my cord through, there's a hole, or there's a gap between your 2 cow's hitches and your work. There's a small gap in between, and you're going to put that cord right between that gap. You're also going to do the other black 550 cord on your left side, as well as the orange and brown and the 275 black cord. All of those are going to go in that gap. The micro cord you're going to be putting someplace else. So I'll do that real quick. Now that I have all my cords through to the back, I am going to take the micro cord, and I actually melted this together, and I'm going to use my paracord needle to weave this through. Now for the micro cord, you have a very tiny gap between the 2 cow's hitches. Right here, it's right between the 2 cow's hitches, and you're just gonna go through that gap and pull the microcord to the other side. So the way I like to finish the collar off is I like to cut my ends. I like to start on the side, and I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch up from the collar. I do fray them out just a little bit. And then I'm going to melt them, and with a butter knife I'm going to squish them down. You want to use something metal to squish them down with. So I like to do it one at a time if I can. And I'm going to do both sides the exact same way. Once you have your two sides cut, then you can just start cutting the middle cords. You want to pull on them a little bit, make sure that they're nice and tight. And so the cord that I'm going to start with is the 275 cord. And I'm just going to do the same thing, just about 1/2 an inch or so, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. Microcord does burn faster, so be aware of that. And so does the 275. It kind of shrinks faster when you're burning it. And I'm just going to lightly burn them and squish them down with a knife. And then I'm going to do the orange and brown cords, and then I will do the black cord, the 550 cord. And it is a little bit hard to hold steady because of the beads. It kind of rocks a little bit, so be aware of that. So I'm gonna cut the orange and brown and then the black, and then I'll be back and show you how I do the microcord. Okay, I got everything done, and all I have to do is the microcord. Now, like I said, be careful because this stuff does tend to catch on fire quicker and melt a lot faster. So I'm just gonna go maybe a little bit below 1 inch. You want to have your knife or your metal, whatever you're using to squish it down, pretty close by so you can hurry up and squish it down. And for the last step that I do, I put on this Gorilla non-foaming clear glue. You don't have to do this. If you don't do this, you can put on your biothane adapter or whatever adapter you're using, and you can use it as is. But this I put on all of my collars and leashes that I make for myself and for the ones that I sell. It is waterproof, so it's not going to get ruined if it gets wet, and it's just a little bit of extra security, I guess. I do have quite a few people ask me, how do I know it's not going to fall apart? And I tell them that the melting is pretty safe, but... So what you're going to want to do is just put a little bit on, and just going to smear it around all those parts that you burnt on the ends. And then you're just going to let it dry. And depending on where you live, depends on how long it's going to take to dry. If you live in a humid climate, it could take a lot longer. I live in Colorado. It's really dry here, especially right now. So it's gonna take about 4 to 5 hours to dry. And once it's dry, I will show you guys what the finished result looks like.